Watch this. But a lot of us are not where we're supposed to be. What you talking about, Evangelist? You remember in Genesis when God created Adam and Eve, and he blew into their nostrils and they became a living soul. And then he went into the garden after Adam and Eve had eaten of the fruit. He says, Adam, where are you? Why would Jesus have to ask Adam where he is if he's omnipotent, omniscient, and omnipresent? He said, Adam, where are you? Why would God have to ask Adam where he was if he's everywhere at the same time? He said, Adam, where are you? So what happens is that when he saw God, he said, God, I'm naked. He said, who told you that?
Who told you that?
A lot of us are trying to figure out why God can't bless us. The reason why he had to ask Adam where he was, because he no longer saw himself in the earth. And when you're full of sin, and when you're full of craziness, God no longer sees himself in you. I want you to be in position.
In position.
You can't miss your appointment. The text says, watch this, that ye shall reap or receive a reward. And most rewards are obtained by good that we've done for the labor rendered. But I need to remind you, people of God, that whatever you sow, you shall reap. Tammy, if you sow gossip, you're going to reap gossip. If you sow judgment, you're going to reap judgment. If you sow drama, you're going to reap drama. But if you help and not hinder, if you bless and not burden, if you care and not condemn, if you respect and not ridicule, then your reaping shall be a reward and not a retaliation. Because when I'm retaliating on you, baby, by any means necessary, I'm going to destroy you. You got to make sure that you're in the right place at the right time so that the enemy won't have the permission to take you out. But you got to know that before the enemy can do anything, he has to have permission. What you talking about, Evangelist? You remember Job. The enemy said, wait, God said, where you been? He said, I've been going to and fro, seeking who I may devour. And God said, well, have you considered my servant Tricia? Come on. They're faithful and upright in everything. And the enemy says, I have. But the only thing about it is that you have a hedge of protection around him, and I can't get to him. I want you to know, people of God, that God has a hedge of protection around you, and the enemy can't get further than what the Lord allows. I know you've been sick. The enemy wants to kill you, but there's a line, baby. I know you've been broke, but God said I'm going to make you rich. There's a line, baby. I know you're frustrated, but God said I'm going to do a new thing. There's a line, baby. You got to understand that God is able to do. Not only do we have to have permission, there are restrictions to his permission. Not only do you have the right to mess with Christian love, but the only thing about it is you can't kill it. I want you to know, I don't care how much hell you go through, there's a line between prophetess and bishop, and they can't kill you. There's a line between prophetess and bishop that the enemy can't penetrate. So even when you toe up, even when you disobedient, even when you crazy, God said, I've got to honor the line. And there's only so much that he can do. Come on. Lastly, watch this. Paul says that you can't faint. Come on. What is faint? Faint is to Elder Johnson decay, to vanish, or to disappear.
All right.
Elder Sidney, faint is to decay, to vanish, or to disappear. Faith is to decay, it's to vanish. See, if I don't know y'all name, y'all wonder where y'all was supposed to be this weekend. Or to disappear. So I want you to know that you cannot faint And your soul can't disappear.
Yeah.
Because you have no idea who's looking at you to get their strength.
Yeah.
You have no idea that's looking at you as you're going through your struggle and saying, well, if Elder Johnson can go through it, I know that I can go through it. You have no idea how it feels to be called and be in the ministry and say, I want a husband. And she waited and waited. And then the deacon rocked her. You don't understand how it feels to be sick in your body. And you look at Prophet Tricia and say, if God can do that, when she couldn't walk. If God can do that, when she couldn't remember. If God can do that, when she couldn't speak. Lord have mercy. You're going to overtake me with blessings. You're going to do exceedingly and abundantly and above all.
Come on.
That I can have or think.
Come on.
So I want you to know that you can't die.
Yeah.
Because you're hurt.
Yeah.
The seasons are changing.
Yeah.
I want you to know that even though you're frustrated, you can't walk out.
Yeah.
Because seasons are changing.
Yeah.
I want to encourage you that you can't faint because seasons could have changed, yet there could be signs of the old season in the new one. No, y'all didn't get that. I used to drive a slow bus too. Watch this. Let me do it again. You got to understand that even though you're going through, there could be signs of the new season, of the old season in the new season. What you talking about? I was in California and I was living there about 3 months ago, and I was there for about a month. And while I was there, it was December, mother, and I was trying to figure out why people were wearing bikinis, and it's December. In California, it was 90 degrees on December 23rd, and I was trying to figure out why